Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're digging into how the very idea of a safe workplace has been completely turned on its head. We're moving way beyond just hard hats and safety goggles to a much bigger idea that's all about supporting the entire person. So, this is the big question our sources are really getting at today. What they're showing us is a massive shift in what employee safety even means anymore. We're going to trace this journey from, just preventing falls and accidents to proactively building an organization that's genuinely healthy. To really get where we're going, we first have to look back. I want you to think about a time when HR was still called personnel, right? And its main job was just to make sure the company was following all the rules. That's exactly where the story kicks off. Over the last few decades, HR has gone through this huge evolution, from just being about paperwork to becoming a real strategic partner in the business. But, and this is the key part, even as its role got way more sophisticated, its approach to employee safety, it was kind of stuck in the past, locked into that compliance-first mindset from the 70s. Yeah, the old playbook was all about one thing: compliance. It was a direct reaction to big regulations like the Occupational Safety and Health Act. The mission was super straightforward and pretty narrow: stop people from getting physically hurt and document everything so the company couldn't get sued. This example from Shell, it just perfectly captures that traditional mindset. It's a culture where physical safety is this rigid set of rules that you apply everywhere, whether you're on an oil rig or in a corporate office. The entire focus is on preventing physical accidents. And this model seemed totally solid until, well, it wasn't. And then in 2020, one single event kicked off this radical, worldwide rethink of what employee safety and well-being actually mean. It wasn't just a disruption, it was a complete and total reset. The pandemic was the ultimate catalyst because it just dissolved the physical walls of work. Suddenly, your living room was the office, and the mental stress of being isolated and unsure about everything became a real workplace hazard. The chief human resources officer wasn't just managing policies anymore. They became the company's #1 change champion, trying to navigate this absolutely unprecedented global health crisis. This quote right here, this really highlights the huge turning point. As the source material shows us, employee health went from being sort of a side topic to a core key performance indicator for the whole business. It wasn't just a benefit anymore. It became a real measure of how resilient a company was and how strong its employee relations were. And this change wasn't just happening inside companies. The talent market felt it immediately. Think about it. Almost half of all job candidates are now walking into interviews and asking, "So, how are you going to keep me healthy?" That fundamentally changes the game when it comes to attracting and keeping the best people. This quote just nails the finality of it all. It draws a clear line in the sand. It marks the end of that old way of thinking about work and health. There is simply no going back. So this new reality has created what we can call the well-being mandate. It's a much broader, more strategic, and honestly, a more human approach to employee care that just blows that old compliance playbook out the water. We've moved from a reactive, check-the-box model focused on accidents to a proactive, strategic one. The new way of doing things looks at employee well-being as a whole. That means their mental, physical, and even their financial health, and it treats it like a core part of what makes the business succeed. And the data, well, the data shows exactly why this shift was so critical. 76%. That's not just a number, right? It's a story about exhaustion on a massive scale. It means that on any team of 4 people, it's pretty likely that 3 of them have just completely hit a wall. This was the silent crisis that the old safety model was completely missing. And this is not an old problem. For the folks who haven't hit that wall yet, they feel like the edge is getting dangerously close. The vast majority of people working today feel like they could burn out right now, which makes these proactive well-being strategies an absolute must-have for keeping people and keeping them productive. This bigger view of well-being also goes beyond mental health. As our sources point out, financial stress is a massive part of the equation. Over half the global workforce is worried about their financial future. And that stress, it doesn't just disappear when they clock in for work. It directly hits their focus, their performance, and their trust in the company. Leading companies are already getting on board with real concrete actions. KPMG US is tackling financial and family stress head on. Meanwhile, 3UK is actively fighting burnout with things like meeting free time, and they've seen a staggering 25% drop in sickness. These aren't just feel-good perks. They are strategic investments in a healthier, stronger workforce. So where is all of this going? It's all moving towards creating what the sources are calling the healthy organization, a brand new ideal for the modern workplace. Now, a healthy organization is way more than just a new wellness program. It's a fundamental framework for how you run a business in the 21st century. It's where human well-being is intentionally woven into the very fabric of the company's culture and its strategy. A truly healthy organization is built on all of these interconnected pillars. It gets that physical health, mental well-being, and financial security aren't separate things. They all deeply affect each other, and together they contribute to the health of both the employee and the business itself. And building this isn't some vague, abstract idea. The sources point to clear, actionable steps. It all starts with empathetic leadership. It means using data to actually listen to what employees are going through, investing in benefits that support the whole person, and intentionally creating a culture of psychological safety where people feel valued. Ultimately, this whole evolution from just workplace safety to total employee well-being is more than a trend. It's a strategic imperative. It's the new standard for a high-performing, resilient business. And that leaves us with a final thought to mull over. What's the next step for our own workplaces?